What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing out there? Hope you guys are doing good. We're gonna give it 5 minutes or so. Let everybody filter in who wants to be here. I'm not gonna get started. I'm not gonna get started too soon on everybody. I want everybody to get a chance to filter in. Guys, if you're wondering how we're gonna do it, the way we're gonna be doing it today is we're gonna do a PowerPoint slide that I put together for you guys for week 1, and then most of our time is gonna be spent with Q&A. Man, I want to give you guys a chance to ask me questions, anything you're having questions on. Obviously, my PowerPoint slide is focusing on blogging this week because this is our session 1, and we're kind of focusing on that week 1 stuff. But you guys can ask me whatever you want to ask me when it comes to the affiliate command stuff. You guys can ask me whatever you want, but the slideshow presentation and stuff, I'm going to focus on the blogging. Before I get started though, I'm going to give everybody a chance to filter in who wants to be here. And if you guys can hear me okay, can you hit 1? Just put a 1 in the live chat box there if you can hear me okay. Let me know you're live out there. Let me know if you can hear me. So cool. All right. So very, very cool. And a lot of people probably aren't here yet because, like I said, I got on here a little bit early just to check things out. So I'll tell you guys what happened to me that's really crazy. And this has nothing to do with anything, man. But let me tell you something. I'm feeling pretty frazzled right now, honestly. I'm a little crazy. And while everybody's filtering in here, we'll give people a chance to filter in. Hey, what's up, Gary? How you doing, man? I'll tell you guys a story while we're waiting on people to filter in, okay? And this is the craziest thing, man. This happened just the last 2 hours here while I was in the office here, and I was done. I was pretty much done. All I needed to do was do this coaching session with you guys. So I thought, man, you know what? I'll just go for a drive. I'm gonna go to the park and I'm gonna go for a walk and get a little exercise in, you know, and so I did, and I was driving to the park, and my wife called me, and she said, "Hey, you're never gonna believe what happened. This hummingbird just came up to the window, and it was just like looking at us. It was just like buzzing around our front window, looking at us, and it was the craziest thing, you guys. There's never been any hummingbirds at our house before. It was so weird. She said this hummingbird was like looking in our house, just looking in our window, and she said instantly she thought of my dad." And let me give you a tiny bit of backstory on this. So my dad, cool. What's up, Philip? So I'll give you a tiny backstory. My dad died last year on June 12th, okay? Maybe like a year before he died, he gave me this hummingbird feeder, right? And I told him, I said, "Dad, I don't know if it's gonna work. We never get any hummingbirds where we live." He's like, "Yeah, it's probably because all the bigger birds, they're probably scared to be there, right?" But I put this hummingbird feeder up, and it's still there to this day. But anyways, the hummingbird outside our front window instantly reminded my wife of my dad. Instantly reminded her of this. And guys, I'm telling you the story. It just happened like a couple hours ago. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you. You know, I swear to God. So she calls me, and I'm on my way to the park to take a walk. She calls me, and she starts telling me this story about a hummingbird. So I about get to the park, and all of a sudden I start hearing all this weird static in the phone, right? This weird static in the phone. And pretty soon the static just goes down into and it sounds like somebody's breathing. It just gets really quiet, like someone's breathing. And I swear to God, I heard somebody say my name, like a guy. It wasn't my wife. It was but it was almost like the static came back and it formed words. I don't know. It was the craziest thing ever. I can't explain it any other way. It was almost like the static came back and said my name. And then my phone went dead, you guys. It went dead, and it was dead, and it was dead. I mean, it was drained. So then I went on back home, and I charged my phone, and then I came back, and now I'm here talking to you guys. But that's what just happened to me, man. That is just what happened to me. So take that to the bank. But anyways, how's everybody doing? Crazy story. But how's everybody doing here today? It's good to see you guys, man. I was excited about doing this. I've never done a group coaching session before. Honestly, I've only done one-on-one coaching. All right. So this is my first grouping coaching session, and I'm happy to be here and be talking with all you guys. Big Gary in the house, Big Philip in the house. Good to see you guys. Can you guys hear me okay? Big Kevin Everett in the house. I saw Kevin Everett. White feathers there, Cam. You might be right, Philip. I don't know, man. I don't know what happened. But yeah, it seemed cool. Kevin, I saw you wanted a nickname, man. You guys, see if you can help Kevin come up with a nickname. Kevin Everett needs a nickname. Anyways, Big Randy in the house. Big Randy Hall in the house. Very, very cool. I hope everybody's doing good. All right. Excellent. All right. All right. Just hold on one second, guys. Just 1 second, everybody. Getting this slide pulled up, guys. Just give me a minute. Right. All right. All right, you guys tell me if you can see my screen okay. That's gonna look really weird. Can you guys see that screen? You guys see what I'm seeing? This crazy screen with a bunch of weird stuff on it. Can you guys see that? All right, good. All right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and get into this slideshow presentation, guys. And I just ask if you guys hold your questions until we're done. And then you can ask whatever questions you want. Just because while I'm in this slideshow presentation, I cannot really see your questions that great. Okay, so I just ask you hold them until we're done, and then we'll get into it. All right, so. All right, guys, so welcome to AC 2017 Group Coaching Session 1 on blogging. I hope you guys are doing great out there. It's good to see you guys. And we're going to go ahead and get right into it. I don't want to spend too long on this presentation because I do want to get to your Q&A, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. But now, you guys are probably used to this picture by now. This is the picture of my business right here. This is kind of the mind map of what my business does with the blog and the YouTube and the Facebook and the paid traffic and and I just discovered this pointer here, which I think is great. It's fantastic. With the blog and the email list and the membership program and the product launching and the paid traffic and all this stuff. And you probably think this is probably the center of it all, right? You guys probably think, hey, this is the center of it all, this blog. But it's really not. It's not the core of my business. You know, a lot of people with their businesses, they try their hardest. They make a blog, they make a website, and they try their hardest to drive traffic to that blog. You know, and it's like their main task. Get traffic to my blog. Get traffic to my blog. But I want you guys to know that my blog's not the main core of my business, right? This is the main core of my business. Email lists. This is the true core of my business. The blog, it's just the face of my business. It's just the face. Faces can be changed. okay? You know, I had a membership site called adventuresonthe.river.com, and when I decided to change my business model, I kept all the people on my email list from adventuresonthe.river.com, right? So I closed the website and I moved to a different website called epicconversions.com, and those people came with me. Some of them dropped off because my focus changed a little bit. I was no longer focused on just Amazon. Now I was focused on internet marketing, but a lot of those people made that journey with me. A lot of those people made that transition with me. So the blog or the website wasn't really the focus of my business. It wasn't the core, it was the face of my business. And faces can be changed, okay? The true core is my email list, right? Here's my 3 major money points, you guys. Email list, membership program, product launching. That's where most of the money comes from, okay? Email lists, membership sites, membership programs, and product launching. And let me tell you guys something. If you took everything away, all the product launching, all the membership program, paid traffic, Facebook, you take everything away from me. You take everything away from me and just leave me with my email list. I'll be back up and running in 30 days, guys. I'll start a brand new website, and I'll start the content machine up again, and I'll start it all up again. You guys, I will be back up and running within 30 days, all right? I want you guys to understand that. The email list is the core. It all starts and ends with that, right? The audience is the key. The email list is the core, okay? Audience key, email list core. I want you to understand that. The blog is just a face, okay? So if that's the case, all right, it's time to get rid of the pointer, okay? It's time to get rid of the pointer. All right, if that's the case, you guys, then why a blog? Why a blog? And anyway, why do we even need a blog? Do we? Do we even need it? If it's not even the core, it's just the face, why do we need it? Here's why, okay? It's not that the blog is not important, you guys, okay? It's that many people see them the wrong way. They don't see them for what they are. It's kind of like if you looked at a wrench and you saw a screwdriver. Both are great tools, but what they do is different, okay? Blogs are not the same as they were in 2005. They're not the same, you guys. Back in 2005, you could start a blog and like tons of people you could get on your blog. You could drive tons of traffic to your blog and people would leave comments there. People would be there every day. You'd have all these readers and there would be a living thing happening on your blog, right? The conversation is not happening on the blogs anymore, you guys. The conversation's not happening there anymore. The conversation is happening on social media now, okay? Comments are down and shares are up on blogs. And the reason for that is because people are finding interesting things on blogs and they're taking them back to Facebook and sharing them. Or they're taking them back to Pinterest and they're sharing them. Or they're taking them back to Twitter and they're sharing them. But the conversation's not on the blog anymore. That's not a natural habitat for people anymore. Your audience is not going to stay on your blog anymore. All right? You're fighting an uphill battle trying to get people to live on your blog. So the blog is a face for your business. It's not a core. All right? Now the purpose of the blog is to collect email addresses and to give your audience a place where they can be surrounded by your general message. Right? Whatever your unique perspective is, like 100 people can tell someone how to build an email list. But each one of those people is going to have like their own unique style and personality, right? They're going to have their own unique stance on it, right? They're going to have their own unique and not just way of doing it, because you could have 100 people that have the exact same way of doing it, but they all tell that story a little bit differently because they've all lived life a little bit differently and they all have a different experience to tell, right? And all those experiences you tell, and all those stories that you tell, and all those things that you do on your blog, it kind of equals a general message, right? A general feel, right? And that feel is kind of the face of your business. And that's where your audience, they can be surrounded by your general message, right? So we don't build massive audiences on a blog anymore, okay? We strengthen existing audiences on a blog, okay? And that's the way I found it to be, and that's what's worked for me, and I believe that's what's going to work for you as well, okay? So look at the blog a little bit differently than what you might currently be looking at it as, all right? Content magnet, all right? If we know that blogs are not the core, okay, then do we need to focus all of our energy on driving traffic back to our blog? And the answer is no, you guys. You don't need to focus all your energy on driving traffic back to your blog, okay? We can put out a piece of great content on our blog. We can maximize it by using it as a text post on Facebook. Share it in your Facebook groups as a text post, our Facebook profile and on our Facebook page as a text post. No links necessary. We can convert the content to a simple PowerPoint presentation, narrate over it, put it on our YouTube channel. Heck, you don't even have to do that, you guys. You can just go to Screencast-O-Matic, start a little 15-minute free video, go to your blog post, and this is the lazy man's way of doing it, all right? If you want to get good with it, you do the narration on the PowerPoint presentation. But if you want to be lazy with it and you want to do it real quick, go to Screencast-O-Matic, do a screen cap video, go back to your blog post, and you just talk about what you wrote in your blog post, right? Just talk about it. Just talk about the points, right? Have an opinion and tell that story in a video form. Upload it to YouTube. Now you've maximized your content over to YouTube. And here's the point. In all of these places, we will be building authority. We will be becoming influencers in our space, all right? The content exists in multiple places. This will funnel traffic back to our blog organically and onto our email list organically, right? And this is what's happened for me, and this is what can happen for you. Your focus doesn't have to be on driving traffic to your blog. Your focus is on creating content that engages people and putting it everywhere people live, and where they live is on Facebook and on YouTube, right? You could also make the argument they live on Pinterest. You could also make the argument heavily that they live on Instagram. And you could also definitely make the argument that they live on Twitter, all right? You pick your poison, but you know the places where people are hanging out. You know where they're at, okay? Your content can exist in those places. It doesn't have to be just a mechanism to drive people back to your blog. Its purpose is to build authority and make you an influencer in the space. They will organically funnel back to your blog. Trust and believe that, okay? Here's the blog outline, guys. So the traffic's funneling back to your blog, all right? A lot of those people will opt in, okay? You guys wanna know the best luck I've had with opt-ins is the light boxes, right? When someone hits my blog and that light box pops up, I tripled my conversion rates on opt-in conversions when I put that light box in place. That little opt-in window in the sidebar, on the little left-hand sidebar, or up there at the top, the little ribbon up at the top, those don't cut it. They don't cut it. If you want people to opt in, you go ahead and have the pop-up box or the light box or whatever you want to call it. When they hit your blog, it pops up and asks for the email address, okay? Now, if you have a choice, you know, if you use like if you use Thrive Leads, it gives you a choice of how often you want that to pop up. Okay, I say make it relentless. All right, I started out with this idea. Oh, if they've already visited my blog this week, I don't want them to have to opt in again. I don't want to be a nuisance. Sorry, guys, just getting a drink of tea. I don't want it to be a nuisance, you know. But that's just not how we're living, you guys. That's not how the world works. Listen, people have very short attention spans, and they get distracted very easily in these times. All right, so have that thing be a nuisance, be annoying, okay? Don't forget the main purpose of your blog. It's to collect email addresses and to provide a place where your audience can get a large dose of your message, okay? But its main purpose is to collect email addresses. Be relentless with your email collection, okay? You want them on your email list. That's the core of your business. It's how you're going to, you know, connect with them, okay? So once people opt in, they hit a thank you page, right? The thank you page, man, I used to do this thank you page where I would like teach them something right there on the thank you page, and then I would make an offer to them, right? Like above the little video, I would say, hey, your free thing is gonna be in your email inbox in like 5 minutes. While you're waiting, check this out. And then I would have a video teaching them something, and then I would pitch them something. What I figured out was I really didn't get a lot of sales on the thank you page. I really didn't. And here is how I equate that, you guys. It's kind of like if you're at a bar, and forgive me, ladies, but it's kind of like if you're at a bar and you see a girl, you think she's cute, You walk up to her and you ask her to marry you. Okay? Not a lot of women are gonna say yes. Most of them are gonna just walk away and ignore you. Some of them might throw a drink in your face. Some of them might slap you. You might get a few that say yes, but not many, okay? So what I'm saying is you're asking for a little too much on the thank you page. You might get some of them to say yes and buy something from you, but you might be asking a little too much. And then that leaves you to wonder, like, well, how could I use the thank you page better? And the way that I think that you can use the thank you page better is by just beginning to build rapport with them. They just opted in for something. They probably don't know you that well. They might know you from Facebook or from YouTube. They might have saw some of your videos. They might have read some of your posts on Facebook, whatever. They might have got there from paid traffic. So they might not know you that well, right? So use the thank you page as a way to build a little rapport. And all you say is, hey guys, thanks a lot for opting in. I really appreciate you picking up my offer. All you gotta do now is just, head over to your inbox, find the one for me, and just open it up, and there's your free thing. Thanks again for picking it up, and I will see you guys inside. Something simple like that, right? But just build a little rapport. Just having your face out there saying that begins to engage with them and build rapport, and that helps. If you're afraid to do video, I say use a picture and have a little paragraph under the picture. Is it gonna be as good? Maybe not. It might not be quite as engaging as the video, but you can still make it work. There's always a way around an obstacle, you guys. There's always a way around it, okay? It might be as good. How can you make the paragraph as good as the video? What if you had a picture of yourself? Oh, wait a minute. I'm afraid to put my picture up there. I don't even want to do that. Okay, so here's what you do. You go over to Fiverr, give them a copy of your picture, tell them to make a cartoon caricature of your picture, right? Make a cartoon caricature of my face, right? And that face can be like your avatar, right? I know a guy named Stuart Walker. He runs a blog, nichehacks.com. It's a great site. Check it out if you get a chance. But Stuart Walker, I love the guy. I've interviewed him several times. I've talked to him multiple times. He's a great guy, a good friend. I have no idea what he looks like. His whole avatar is this like caricature. He's got like a picture of his face. It's a cartoon picture. There's like a rainbow behind him. I have no idea, what he looks like. But he's made that work for him. Niche Hacks has thousands of readers, and the Facebook group, it has like 30,000 members. I mean, it's a really big group. He's made that work for him, right? So there's always a way around, you guys. There's always a way around. What if you had like a little cartoon avatar picture right there on the thank you page, and maybe you told a joke, or maybe you had a famous quote, right? Like some motivational quote right there. Then underneath the motivational quote, you said, hey, I want to thank you for opting in. I went ahead and sent your free thing to your email, so go check it now, and I'll see you inside. Something like that, right? So you can build rapport in a lot of ways. Generally, it's kind of known that the video is just a really fast way to build rapport. So keep that in mind. So anyways, the first email, it's just going to be like, first email is going to be easy, you guys. The first email is just going to be, hey, you guys, it's just going to be, hey, welcome to the community. Welcome to, in my case, it'd be like, hey, welcome to the Epic Conversions community. Thanks so much for being a part of it. Here's your free thing right here, and here's the link. Boom. Now, underneath that, what you want to do is you want to tease email 2 just a little bit, just a tiny bit. So you're going to give them the link to this. We'll talk about this in a minute, but you're going to tease this just underneath that, right? You're going to be like, by the way, make sure you check your email tomorrow because I got this crazy story for you about something that just happened to me not too long ago. Or I got this crazy story about this blog post that I read yesterday, or whatever. Just kind of tease it just a tiny bit to get them thinking, yeah, maybe I'll check out that story tomorrow. That sounds pretty neat, or whatever. All right, so cool. So now your prospect, they go to this lead magnet splintered product. What the heck is the lead magnet splintered product? This is a splintered product. It came from this glass slipper low ticket offer. Some of you guys might have been through week 1. You know all about this glass slipper low ticket offer. Some of you might not know what I'm talking about. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, definitely make sure you go through week 1. That's why we're doing the coaching a week after we launched this, because I wanted to give everybody a chance to go through some of the earlier stuff in Affiliate Command. But generally, this is the glass slipper offer, right? It's a product that provides multiple solutions for one problem, right? 50 ways to drive traffic to your website. 120 hacks proven to help you dominate on YouTube. 67 ways to put 1,000 people on an email list in 30 days or less, right? They're providing multiple solutions for one problem. This is like a really powerful tactic, you guys, because what happens is people are going to see this who are having that problem, and they're going to think, whoa, I need to get that, man. It's only $7. Oh, I need that. Well, I need to drive traffic to my website. I might know some of those ways in there to drive traffic on my website, but there's got to be something in there that can help me. There's got to be something in there. There's 50 different ways in there. There's got to be something. I know there's something in there for me, and it's only $7, so it's got to be something in there. So it's very powerful. It becomes kind of a no-brainer. Okay, so this is kind of the glass slipper offer, right? All right. Then the splintered offer is you take a small part of the glass slipper offer, right? You take a small part of that paid product and you create a secondary, smaller product. And this acts as a free product. It's a lead magnet to upsell the paid offer, right? So instead of 50 ways to drive traffic to your website, now it's 15 ways to drive traffic to your website, right? And you're going to give them that for free. And then by email, you're going to pitch the 50 ways, right? 25 hacks proven to help dominate on YouTube. You're going to give them that for free on your blog. And then in email, you're going to pitch 120 hacks proven to dominate on YouTube, right? Because it's like, hey, if you liked those 25 ways, you're going to love this, man. Because I got like 100 more ways to do this. You're going to love it, man. This is amazing. Check this out. That was nothing. We were just getting started. Check this out. All right. So it's a very good natural progression, right? And this is going to help you convert that low ticket offer. All right. So very, very cool. Now, let's talk about those autoresponder messages. Okay, you guys? These where's my pointer at? This thing right here. This right here. Emails 2, 3, 4, 5. I ended with 5. That's arbitrary. This could go to 7. This could go to 8. This could go to 9. Okay? It's often said that a person needs to see an offer at least 7 times before they take action on it. That's not true. Okay? That's an average. But I will tell you one thing that I know to be true. Okay, if I send an email out about an offer and then I send a second email out about the same offer and I adjust my angle just a little bit and I hit it at a different angle, maybe I talk about an FAQ this first email, maybe I talk about the product vendor's story on this second email. If I do that, I'm going to get more sales. And if on the third day I do a case study about this subject and then I pitch the product again on the third day, that's 3 times, I'm going to get more sales still, right? And I can tell you with all honesty and with absolute truth that this is true, okay? So the more times you send emails about an offer, it can be the exact same offer, and you can reposition your angle about the offer, the more money you will make. And that's just the way it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can do 7 emails. All of them will give value. All of them will pitch your glass slipper low ticket offer. We know they're interested. They've already picked up the lead magnet splintered product. It's a smaller version of this. We know they're interested in the subject, and there's a good chance you're going to convert quite a few of them to this. All right. So pretty cool. All right, let's talk about the autoresponder. Let's talk about the autoresponder sequence messages. All right. The email marketing formula. This is something that works for me. Okay, and most of the time when I send emails out, and I'm not going to joke with you, not just emails, content in general, content that I would put on YouTube, content that I would put on Facebook, content that I would put on my blog. Most of the time, I try to find some variation of this formula in that content. Okay, here's the anatomy of an email that wins. All right, part 1, I want some story in there, some story or some entertainment value. Doesn't have to be a story, but many times I'll use a story because it's an email, right? And you might be thinking, well, I don't know any stories, okay? I'm not a storyteller, all right? I'm a factory worker and I'm trying to quit my job and make money on the internet. I'm not a storyteller. Listen, there's a lot of ways to provide entertainment value, all right? And everybody's a storyteller. We're all storytellers. What did you do today? I just told you guys a story about how I think my dead father might have tried to communicate with me. I mean, I segued that into a giant coaching session. I don't know how that fits together, but you know, I told the story anyway because that's what was on my mind, and I just wanted to be real with you guys. But the point is, stories entertain people, okay? And stories build rapport. So when you have a story in your email, or you have some type of entertainment value in an email, like maybe a joke, right? This keeps people interested in your emails, and it gets them opening more of your emails, okay? And if you don't build rapport with these people, you're not going to win. This is the core of your business. You have to make it work in the email. You're going to live and die in the email. That's just the way it is. Part 2, lesson or actionable content, right? It's not enough just to tell people a story. There has to be a lesson in there. That's something I didn't do with you guys at the beginning of this conversation when I told you the story about the hummingbird and stuff. I don't know what the lesson there is. I was just a little frazzled, so I thought I'd tell you the story. But generally, when we send out emails, we want a lesson in the story, or we want actionable content, okay? Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, do this, right? We want them to walk away from the email feeling like we gave them something, right? Now, if you add the story or the entertainment value and you add it with the lesson and the actionable content, now you're starting to really give them something, right? And then part 3 is the pitch. You know, I want to pitch in my emails, right? Very rarely do I ever send an email that doesn't pitch something. Either pitch my Facebook group, or pitch my YouTube channel, or pitch a paid offer, or pitch something for free, something, right? Because I want people to get in the habit of clicking on things in my emails. I want them to feel comfortable with clicking through to something, right? Something that I'm providing to them, right? I want them to feel comfortable with that. So all of them, I want to have a pitch. So this is the email marketing formula. This is kind of what I use in some variation on most of my emails, and it works really well for me. I know it's going to work really well for you as well. Okay. So look, let's write one together. This is the part where I'm gonna X out of this, and I just want to write one with you guys together. So let's go ahead and pull up a Google Docs. Let's pull up a Google Docs. Wait a second. Here we go. All right. So look, writing your autoresponder email. Let me just check let me see, have I lost anybody? Let me just check. Do I got 9 people here. That's awesome. It's good to see you guys. All right, let me get back to what I was doing. All right. So look, writing your autoresponder emails. I want to talk about that little email autoresponder sequence. Let's assume that I have no personal story I could think of, you guys. I just talked to you guys about writing a story. Let's assume I can't think of anything. Nothing good happened to me today that I can use, right? But I need these 3 things in my email for maximum efficiency, right? So what can I do, right? I need a story or entertainment value. I need actionable content, and I need a pitch. I got 2 lists, right? I got that freebie offer that people are going to sign up to get my free thing, and then I got a buyer's list for people who actually buy something, right? So look, let's say my freebie offer is, let's just say I'm going to do I got a running blog going on. It's about running, right? So for my my paid offer, my glass slipper offer, maybe I'll say 50 ways to improve. You know, I'm developing quite the habit for just like coming up with examples that are way out of my niche. Way out of my niche. Here I am, 250 pounds. What the hell do I know about running? That's okay. We're going to roll with it because I want you guys to see that if I can work this far out of niche, then you guys can do it too. Okay, you guys can make this work. I don't suggest anybody work out a niche. I mean, I'm out of niche just for an example, but I want you to be in niches that you care about. Okay, I want you to be in niches that you absolutely give a crap about. Don't Don't deal with things that you don't care about. Life is too short for that, man. That's what I say. Life's too short to waste your time dealing with things, spending time on things that you don't care about. All right? If you're going to make money online, you live in the perfect time to do it, and you can do it with anything that you care about. All right? You guys have been through Affiliate Command 2017. You saw me do it in the Mandela effect. I don't even think that was a niche, you guys. I just did that. I just made it up because I was interested in it. I saw that a bunch of people were watching those videos, and I just created that special report, boom, and made it work. You guys can make money wherever you want if there's people out there who care about it like you do. All right, so anyways, let's get back to this example. Running is our niche. 50 ways to improve your running ability for maximum health benefits. All right. Now you guys are gonna get to see my horrific spelling. All right. So there's our glass slipper offer. We'll say. Now you might think, well, how do I find 50 ways to do that, man? Well, all you got to do is use the internet. Use the internet, research, find 50 different ways, put them all together. Don't get them all from the same place. Find a few on this guy's blog. Find a few on this guy's blog. Kind of put a collection of really good tips together and build your own kind of thing. All right. Anyways, 15 ways to improve your running ability for maximum health benefit. It almost seems like I want to, personally, it almost seems like I want to niche it down just a little tiny bit more. Like 50 ways. 50 ways for seniors to improve running ability for maximum health benefit. Yeah, something like that. That might be, it should be walking. For seniors to walk. And I'm not going to get too caught up in it. This is just an example. When I start thinking about it, 50 ways for seniors to improve running ability for maximum health benefit. Okay. Walk. For seniors to walk. $50 ways for seniors to practice. Anyways, there's a bunch of ways I could go with that, guys. That's not the best way. Don't think this is a very good title. It's probably not, but it's a good kind of vision for what we want to do. 50 ways that seniors can use like low impact sports to kind of get good health benefit. Okay. So then my glass slipper off there might be 15 ways to get healthy with walking if you're over 55. 15 ways to get healthy with walking if you're over 55, right? Something like that. So one will naturally sell the other, okay? So, okay, cool. So one of my emails, what does one of my emails look like? What does one of these emails look like? Let's say I don't have any stories about this, man. I'm 250 pounds and I don't walk. All right. So what I want to do, what if I go and I find a blog post about somebody who has a story about how they got into walking, right? So let's imagine I find this story on this blog post. There's all kinds of case studies out there. There's all kinds of case studies out there. Matter of fact, I can go right now. Senior loses weight walking, right? And I just type that in. Walking seniors lose weight, gain mobility. I can find a case study. I can find someone who did it, right? And then I'll come back and I'll say, okay, I just want to tell the story about what I just read, right? Now, I didn't say cut and paste the story. I said, I want you to pretend like you just read something cool and now you're hanging out with your buddy and you want to tell him the story, right? So it's like, I want to be like this. Listen, guys, when I do this email, I don't lead in with a, hey, Joe, or hi, Stephanie. I don't do that. I get right into it. I don't mess around with that stuff. I get right into email. That's what works for me. And I'll tell you why. Because a lot of times people don't use their real names or their whole names. Sometimes they change the name on the email to something else like dickhead or something. Pardon my French. They changed the name to something else. So then when you send the email and it says like, hey, jerkhead, or whatever, that pulls them out of it instantly. Instantly, you're not their friend and you don't know them because you just called them a name that like has nothing to do with them. But the only reason you did it was because that was the weird name they used when they signed up for the email. All right? It instantly puts a disconnect in there, and you don't want that. It's better just to jump right into the email. Okay, so subject line, right? I know that they just got this, and I know that I'm going to try to pitch this. Okay, so let's say I just read a blog post about, Joe Smith. Never believe what happened to Joe, right? Something like that. And that's kind of like just curiosity, right? That subject line is just curiosity. I didn't really give them anything. I just pulled in some curiosity. You don't have to do it like that. You guys, there's a million ways to write subject lines to get things opened, right? But curiosity is just one of the tools you can use, right? So I use curiosity there, all right? And then I'll go right into my story, right? I read this crazy blog post the other day. I thought I would share it with you here. Basically, it was about this guy named Joe, right? Well, Joe was like 400 pounds. Joe was like 400 pounds. But what happened was the wife kept getting on him. Oh man, you guys know what? I gotta dictate this, man. I wonder if I could just dictate this. Have you guys ever used the dictation tool on a Google Docs? It's amazing. I go to tools, I can go to dictate, right? Voice type, right there. I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it right now because we already got all this stuff going on. I don't want to waste your time. But anyways, so Joe was like 400 pounds. But what happened was his wife kept getting on him about losing weight or whatnot. Finally, she buys him a pair of these New Balance 680s for his birthday. And tells him she wants him to start walking. Now look guys, you guys know I'm just making the story up as I go, but you also know this was supposed to be a story that I read on a blog post. Now any of you guys can go out there and find a story on a blog post and then kind of convey that, right? So she finally buys him a pair of these New Balance 680s for his birthday, tells him she wants to start walking. Well, he listened. He woke up every morning, 6 a.m., and walked for an hour a day. That's it, right? After about, let's say 2 months later, he's down 50 pounds. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Anyways, it was a pretty cool, now guys, it was a story. I'm heading into my lesson, right? I'm heading into my lesson right now. It was a pretty cool story. And it really kind of reminded me that sometimes things can seem really out of hand and hopeless. But if you just take small steps. Just a little tweak here, just a little effort there. Sorry about all the spelling errors, guys. You can really start seeing big differences. That's not the only story I've heard about getting major benefit from simple walking. You think you would like to start doing something like this? I'm moving into my pitch, you guys. I'm moving into my pitch. If you think you would like to start doing something like this, I highly suggest you check out my 50 ways. What did I call it? What did I call it? Check out my 50 ways. Check out my 50 ways for seniors to practice walking for maximum health benefit. I really think you can get some benefit. All right. Sorry for the spelling errors. That's all I got. And I'm closing, guys. That's all I got. See you in the next one. Now look, ideally, guys, what you want to do here at the bottom is you want to tease your email for tomorrow a little bit. You want to tease your email for tomorrow a little bit. All right, tease it for tomorrow. Where does the link go? Where does the link go? Now, you can get crazy about it, and you can put like a link at the top. You can put a link in the middle. You can put a link at the bottom. What I found with my email list is they really respond just to one link in there at the bottom. That's what I do. I usually put one link at the bottom. And what I usually do is, it's no big mystery. So I'll go, if you think you would like to do something like this, I highly suggest you check out mine, and I'll just put it right there, right? Boom, right there on the thing, you know? Right? And that'll be it right there. And there's the email. Very cool. Now you need about 5 or 6 more emails like this, man. If you got a personal story that you can talk about, it doesn't have to be something crazy, you guys. It could just be something that happened to you today. What you had for lunch. Maybe you had something interesting for lunch that you thought was kind of cool. You know, it could be anything. You can take a message from almost anything. We can find lessons on a daily basis. But if you absolutely can't think of anything, you can go out there and tell the story of someone from their blog post or someone from a YouTube video. And you notice I told the story of this, but I didn't put a link to the blog. There's a reason I didn't put a link to the blog, you guys. I didn't put a link to the blog post because emails are a little like cannons. You get one big shot, okay? Every time you put a link to something else in an email, you're going to lose sales, okay? The more links you have in here, the less action people are going to take, period, all right? That's just the way it is. That's the way I found it to be, okay? Emails are kind of like cannons. You get one really big shot. If you can focus all your energy on one thing, that doesn't mean you have to just put one email. Or that doesn't mean you have to just put one link. You can put multiple links in here if your list responds to that. My list just happens to respond well to just the one email at the bottom. This is always the one they click on, so I just started eliminating the other ones. Yeah, I look at messages like cannons. Whether that's a blog post, whether that's a Facebook post, whether that's an email, whether that's a YouTube video. If you want someone to go somewhere, don't start putting multiple links to different places because you're going to lose people taking action everywhere. Think about it, man. If I tell you, hey, what color do you want to paint your house? You can choose blue or red. You know, most people are going to make a choice. If you got to choose something, most people are going to make a choice. But if I say, hey, what color do you want to paint your house? And I give you a 400-page book with all these colors you never even heard of, are you going to make a choice? You're going to look through the book and you're going to think about it. Then you're going to go to bed. You're going to sleep on it. You're going to wake up. You're going to look through the book. And some of you might not ever make a choice. You might be like, man, screw this. I can't take all this. You know what? I like it the way it is. I don't even think I mind the color. You know, so that's how that goes, right? Sometimes it's better just to focus your energy on one solid movement, right? One solid movement right there. So anyways, let's get back to this. All right. I want to boom. All right, cool. So let's talk affiliate commanders. Someone was using this hashtag KMF. Keep moving forward. That's what I want you guys to do, and I do want you to understand that. Okay, that is very, very important. All right. Whatever you're doing, wherever you're at right now with this course or whatever else you got going on, it always ends up working if you keep moving forward. You can't stop. You know, if you have a good idea and you believe in your idea and you believe in what you're doing, then you keep moving forward and you adjust when things mess up, right? I could take you back to the affiliate command launch just last week, man. I had to adjust my sales page 3 times. I did all kinds of things with that launch to make it successful. And I just kept moving forward, and that's what you got to do. You can't stop. You can't get discouraged. You keep moving forward, and good things will happen. So anyways, that's it for this slideshow presentation, guys. I want to get on to Q&A. So let me get on over here. Let me go ahead and stop screen share. Let me get on over here. All right. All right. All right, cool, cool, cool. So that's all I got for this slideshow presentation, but I want to open it up for you guys. I want to talk with you guys. Does anybody have any questions for me right now, man? How's everybody doing with their blogs and they got the stuff they got going on? What's up? I want to say what's up to Richard. What's up, Richard? How you doing, man? Big Philip in the house, Kevin in the house, Gary. Hope everybody's doing good out there. Kevin's asking about the opt-in lead magnet. What works best for me? So, good question, Philip. Good question about the 2-list thing. I will come back to that. What works best for me for opt-in lead magnet? What do you mean, Kevin? Like as far as like what do you mean? Right now, my opt-in lead magnet is 50 ways to drive targeted traffic to your website, and that works pretty good. That works pretty good for me. Generally, you know, what works good is if you go to your niche, you're in your niche, right? And you start looking at the major problems that people are asking about, you know? And with the IM niche, with our space, this make money online space, you don't just want to look at like what people's real problems are, because the more experience you get, the more real problems you see. Like analytics, how do I read analytics? I would say niche down, Kevin. Niche down on that, man. I would niche down a little bit on that. And the more you niche down, the more you're gonna know what kind of people you have on your list. But yeah, I would say with the lead magnet, man, you figure with make money online space, people want to know how to drive traffic, right? That's a lead magnet that's gonna target people. You could niche it down a little bit, like you're saying, Kevin. 50 ways to drive traffic to your product launch, or 50 ways or 100 ways. 50 is arbitrary, you guys. You don't have to use 50. It could be 100. What I do is I go for however many kind of starts to make it feel like a no-brainer to me, right? It was 50 when I did my lead magnet on that, and when I went to make that product crash the party for YouTube, I was thinking in my mind like, man, I'll do 100. I'll do 100 hacks on how to dominate on YouTube. And then I started doing it and putting it together. I was like, man, screw it. I'm gonna make 120. So I just kind of took it up, man. And 120 for like $7 or $10 or whatever. It just kind of started seeming like a no-brainer to me. I would buy it. I would buy it for $7 or $10, and it was 120 of them. So I figured, hey, that worked good for me. And you know, that product ended up selling over 500 units. So it worked out really good. It's powerful, right? So, yeah, I'd niche it down a little bit, man. I would niche it down, you know, because something like traffic, that applies to a lot of people. I would niche it down for the people you're looking to target. If you know you're targeting make money online people, niche it down to make money online people. What are they interested in? What are their main problems? You know, you could say like make money online people, you know, if they're in the product launch game, one of their main problems is attracting affiliates, right? So you could say, you know, 100 ways to attract affiliates for your product launch, something like that. Like that would be a good lead magnet. It would target a certain kind of person. It would target product launchers, right? And that's cool because now all of a sudden you're kind of opening up this ball game of, hey, I know all these people on this list care about launching products. So what else could I sell them now that I know that they like this specific thing, right? So that's kind of good, niching it down a little bit. Philip Holm asked, what was the to list thing? So the to list thing, Philip, was you got the freebie list and then you got the buyers list. So you got the freebie list of people who opted in for your free thing, the splintered offer, like the 15 ways to do something or whatever. 15 ways to get affiliates, you know, to promote your offer, right? And then you got the buyers list, right? The people who actually bought the thing. They actually bought the whole thing. So what happens is when you're doing your autoresponder sequences and you're writing those emails, you can use the same 5 or 6 emails for both lists. The only difference is in your freebie list, you pitch at the bottom, okay? In your paid offer list, it's mostly about giving them the goodwill. They're still going to get the goodwill from the they're going to get the goodwill from the story. They're going to get the goodwill from the lesson. And if you want, you can pitch your YouTube channel or you can pitch your Facebook group page. You can pitch free things just because you're trying to show them other places where you distribute content, okay? Or if you want to say, screw it, they just bought something from me, I'm not going to pitch them anything right now. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. But I recommend at least pitching your YouTube channel. Try to put some subscribers on. Just let them know, hey man, just want to invite you to check out my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. I put fresh content out every week. You'll love it, right? So that was the thing with the 2 lists, Philip. One's a paid list, one's a free list. And with the free list, you're going to pitch your paid thing. You're going to pitch your paid thing in your emails. With your paid list, you don't need to pitch the paid thing because they already bought it. You can use the same emails for both lists, okay? You're just going to change the pitch a little bit at the bottom. Does that make sense, Philip? Strengthen relationship. Exactly, man. Gary says, Cam, is Thrive Leads your recommendation for blog pop-up? Yeah, absolutely, Gary. I love Thrive Leads, man. I love Thrive Leads. And do you think it's more effective than something like Traffic Up, where you have a full page slide up for opt-in when a visitor exits? I'm telling you something, I hate those things, dude. I hate those full page slide ups. I've tested it. It's more effective for me. It's more effective for me, Gary. Like on epicconversions.com, I've tested the slide up. I've tested the ribbon at the top. I've tested the little sidebar panel, and I've tested the lightbox pop-up. And hands down, the light bar pop-up, the pop-up, it's hands down, the most effective way to collect leads on your blog. Hands down. And on a personal note, and this maybe doesn't mean anything because my opinion doesn't necessarily reflect the market, but my opinion is those giant pop-up things that slide down, they're just really annoying. It gets on my nerves. But that's just me. But as far as the analytics go and the numbers go, Gary, yeah, the light box is the most effective. The slide down full page thing. That's not even the second most effective on mine. The second most effective on mine was the ribbon at the top. Yeah, there you go. I'll give you an exception to that. An exception to that would be like when you put opt-ins in your content for like content upgrades. Like let's say you wrote an article called like 10 ways to put 1,000 people on your email list. But the truth is you wrote like 20 ways, right? the truth is you wrote like 20 different ways to do it. So what happens is you write the 10 ways in your blog, and then you do like a content upgrade at the end of the article. Say, hey, if you like these 10 ways, go ahead and opt in here. I actually have 10 more ways that you can have absolutely for free, right? Now that's a great way to put more people on your list, and it's worth your time. Like if you look at like the most popular articles on your blog, the articles that you see people hitting like all the time, it's worth your time to go back and make like to somehow upgrade those articles, and that'll put people on an email list as well. So that's worth your time to do that. I don't do that enough, to be honest with you. I need to do that more. But content upgrades will put people on your email list, no doubt about that. PETA with mobile as well. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by PETA. I'm not sure what you mean by that, Philip. Could you explain that a little bit better? What I was talking about with the opt-in forms, yes, that counts for mobile traffic as well. Mobile as well as desktop traffic. You guys want to know something interesting? We talk about Philip was talking about mobile traffic. It's funny because like on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, most people's YouTube channels gets a lot of mobile traffic, right? They're saying as a whole, YouTube is getting 70% mobile traffic. Oh, pain in the ass with mobile as well. Yeah. Are you talking about the slide downs, Philip? The things that like slide down all over everything? Yeah, I imagine that would be kind of a pain in the butt on mobile as well. And I think I have dealt with that a little bit on my tablet, because I'll look at stuff on my tablet at home, and yeah, the slide down things suck, man. But yeah. Oh, what was I telling you? Oh, yeah, I was telling you with my YouTube traffic. YouTube on average is like 70% mobile traffic. On my YouTube channel, my analytics are telling me I'm getting over 50% desktop traffic. Yeah, over 50% desktop traffic. So I'm still getting a lot of people on my YouTube channel from desktop. So I mean, take it however you want to take it. I don't know if it's if it really is relevant or it matters. What I do know is I get a lot of older people who want coaching. I get a lot of older people reaching out to me, you guys. I don't know about you guys or where you're at with it, but I get a lot of older people who want to learn how to do internet marketing, and they want to learn how to make money online. A lot of older people. It's kind of scary, to be honest with you. I mean, what the hell are our young people doing, man? I mean, what the hell are they doing? I don't get a lot of young Americans wanting to learn how to make money online. I'm getting a lot of older folks wanting to learn how to make money online. So I don't know what that means, man. I don't know what it means, but that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But yeah. So how was you guys? How was you guys' experience with Affiliate Command 2017 so far? How are things going in there? Falling into the JOB trap. Yeah, they probably are, Kevin. They probably are. All those young cats are falling into the JOB trap, you know? I mean, I think the younger cats are I don't know what it is, man. You could say they're maybe a little lazy, like they're kind of lazy. They're a little entitled. I think the younger people are really entitled. They're very entitled. You know, I mean, dude, when I was a kid, I was telling my kids this. When I was a kid, okay, we didn't have Netflix, right? We didn't have tablets or Netflix or any of that stuff. I remember going to the video store with my mom and dad, and me and my sister being super excited that we were going to get to pick out a video, and we were able to pick out a video and watch a video. Thanks, Kevin. Thank you, man. And we were able to pick out a movie and watch a movie. We were super stoked to be able to do this, right? Well, now, if we look at my kids, right, they got a tablet, and they can pull up Netflix or Hulu or YouTube, and man, they just got the world of movies and shows at their fingertips. They can watch whatever they want. It's like instant gratification. And I think it kind of makes people a little entitled. It just makes people a little great. Philip says, great, but misread how the things were structured and only went through the processing stuff. Oh, that's all right, Philip. That's all right. You'll get there, man. Listen, just keep moving forward, my friend. Keep moving forward. Taking this step by step and week by week. Hey, I commend you for that, Philip. I commend you for that. It's you know what? The original Affiliate Command came out in 2015, and one of the big things was it could be a little overwhelming for people. When you get a course this big, you got to take it chunk by chunk, you guys. You can't take it all in like one day, or your mind is just going to get blown. It's going to be too much crap to deal with, right? Gary says, Cam, do you think converting a blog domain from unsecure to secure makes a difference with visitors' trust and organic traffic to your blog? Is it worth the trouble and expense? You know what, Gary? That's a really good question, man. That's a really good question. I'll tell you what happened to me. I was with Just Host. That was my hosting company. I had a little trouble with customer support with Just Host. And I had had that issue twice before, and I decided to move my blog to another hosting company called SiteGround, right? And SiteGround did the move for me for free. They handled everything, so it was great. And when I moved it over there, they automatically gave me the HTTPS for free, so they took care of it. So you know, I don't know. Here's what I know: if I visit a site and it says up at the top, it says this site is unsecured, you know, that might affect some visitors. That might make them think, oh man, this is unsecured. I don't know. We'll know more. Google just changed that a couple months ago. So they just changed that. So it's, you know, I don't think the expense is that bad though, is it, Gary? It doesn't cost that much to get the HTTPS certificate. I don't think it costs that much. What is it, like 20 or 25 bucks? I don't think it costs too much. You know, I would say number one, the truth is about the HTTPS, Gary. The truth is there's two truths to this. Okay, the one truth is, you know, if you're following my training, you're not going to be taking any money on the site. All the money is going to be handled through other platforms like Warrior Plus and PayPal, right? So your transactions are going to be handled off-site. You're not going to be taking any money on-site. That's the technical truth. Now, the other technical truth is I've been told by hosting companies that having your site HTTPS, you know, helps you protect from malware attacks. I don't know if that's true or not. So I can tell you when I started having trouble with malware attacks at my last website, it was not fun. It was not fun, man. But you know, it is what it is, man. I'll tell you something about these malware attacks, you guys. Sometimes I think these malware attacks are your hosting companies trying to hustle you. I know my hosting company was affiliated. I was using Just Host at the time, justhost.com. That's the sister company for bluehost.com. They're affiliated with SiteLock, which is like this malware cleaning kind of system. And I'll tell you what, man, they shut my site down just like that. They shut it down. So, oh man, there's been malware attacks. There's been malware attacks. I was like, really? For real? Well, what can I do? And they're like, well, here's what you can do, man. We got this program called SiteLock. We're affiliated with them, and you sign up for this program. It's like $500, and we'll clean the whole thing for you. It's going to be sweet, and they're going to monitor it. It's going to be awesome, and you're going to be good to go. So I did. I signed up for it, got my membership stuff going again. Everything was cool, and then like maybe a couple days after the warranty ran out on it. A couple days after the 90 days or whatever was up, bam! My sites were shut down again. They were shut down again. And I was like, what? So I called SiteLock. It is scary stuff, Kevin. And so I called SiteLock. I'm like, man, what's going on, man? What's the deal, man? I thought you guys were monitoring my stuff, man. It's supposed to be 24-hour monitoring. I thought you guys were handling this stuff. Why is my site shut down again? They're like, oh, well, here's what happened was, that's just the scanning software, and that protects against some stuff. But what happened is your site got attacked by some really bad stuff, And what you need to do is you need to upgrade to the platinum package. I was like, what? The platinum package? Hey, look, man. Let me tell you something. I mean, I might not be the smartest guy in the world, but I didn't just, I wasn't born yesterday, okay? Now, come on now, give me a break. How much is the platinum package? And I forget what they said, man. They told me some crazy story. But at this point, I had already spent like $1,000 on this whole malware thing. So I said, screw it, man. And that was a couple years ago. That was actually the straw that broke the camel's back with adventuresontheriver.com, to be honest with you guys. I was running Adventures on the River, and I've been thinking for a while that I wanted to kind of move in another direction. And let me tell you something. When I spent that $1,000 to get all that stuff going again, that was right around Christmas time, you guys. That was like December 5th, December 8th, somewhere around there, 2014, 2015. And it was like, I'm not rich, man. I do okay. I do pretty good. I'm not complaining, but hey, who wants to lose $1,000? Just to, boom, just take it. Here's $1,000. But I had to, man. I had to get my stuff up and running again. So it was like $500 for this, another $300 for this. They tacked some charges on. Anyways, I'm not going to get into it, but the long story short is, they say that HTTPS will protect your site from malware attacks. So that doesn't really mean anything to anybody unless you start getting hit with a bunch of malware and your hosting company starts shutting down your websites. Then it starts meaning something. But I tell you, it is what it is, man. I don't think it costs that much to get the HTTPS certificate. Randy Hall says that's not true. Is that not true, Randy? Does the HTTPS not really does the HTTPS not really help to defend your site against malware? Yeah, I know it's wrong. It's wrong, Kevin. Keep your own backups always. Yep, I agree, Randy. I agree. Randy, there it is. Randy knows, you guys. Randy's into the tech stuff. He knows the HTTPS isn't going to protect your site from malware hacks. Those cats were just telling me that to upsell me, man. They were just trying to upsell me, dude. They were just trying to upsell me. So there you go, man. I didn't at first. They got me, man. I paid them a bunch of money. They got me at first, but then the second time around, I was like, no thanks, man. Appreciate you, but I'm out. Take a rain check on that, and I just moved on. I'll tell you guys something. Let me tell you something about this whole website stuff. All right, your email list is more valuable than your website. All right. Yeah, the seller being sold. Exactly, Kevin. Exactly. That's what I was thinking in my mind. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Gary says, good info, Cam. I'm switching to secure. I heard Chrome shows a pop-up box that says site not secure if you do not have it. Yeah, it does. It does, Gary. Chrome does do that. Chrome does do that. If anything else, it's just perception. I mean, if people are seeing that site not secure up there, some older folks might get weird about viruses and stuff. I don't think younger people are going to care as much. They're going to be like, man, whatever. I want to see this article. But I think some older folks might be like, oh, man, you know what? I don't want to get a virus. I better just go away. Philip says, hi, Gary. Yep, I got that on my drop ship site. We'll make customers run for the hills. There you go. There you go. So, but I tell you what, I don't think it's too hard to get the HTTPS certificate. I don't think it's too hard to get that taken care of. I don't think it costs too much. I think it's like $25 or something. It's not a major big deal. And you got to look at it like an investment. I mean, you know, it's cost of doing business. I mean, you know, you're trying to run business. You know, you got to wonder like, well, how much am I going to lose from all these customers having the wrong perception? You know what I'm saying? How fast am I going to lose more than the 25 or 30 bucks that it costs me to do this? You know, so I don't know. It is what it is. But what autoresponders are you guys all signed up with? Let me ask you guys that. What autoresponders are you guys all signed up with? And do you guys like how I keep on using running as my example for everything? You guys been following my videos and content lately? I keep on using running for an example for stuff. Kevin says he's using get response. Philip says he's using send lane. I'm using Aweber myself. I also have a send lane account, Philip. Philip, how do you like your deliverability on send lane? Randy Hall says he's using MailChimp and he's looking at MailerLite. Randy, how's your deliverability on MailChimp? How are you doing when you do affiliate promotions and stuff? But yeah, man, I'm doing a lot of examples about running. I think I'm doing examples about running, man, because I need to knock some pounds off. time to hit that park, man. Hit that gym, hit that track, something, man. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Philip says no idea. No idea. That's okay, man. That's all right. You'll figure it out before this is all said and done. Philip's only in processing days. You'll get there, man. You'll get there. You'll get there. Just start putting emails on that list. See how many people are opening those emails and all that good stuff. Randy Hall says, I don't do affiliate promotions right now. Nothing in my niche is worth promoting. What niche are you in, Randy? What niche are you in again, man? I forgot. Are you in the programming niche? I want to say you're in the programming niche. Gary says he also has a lifetime at Rocket Responder. Get Response is much better. Yeah, I would probably. I haven't tried Rocket Responder, but you know, I know Get Response and Aweber are kind of like industry standards. Got to do it, not write about it, Cam. Got to do it, not write about it. Got to do it, not write about it. I think Kevin's talking about running. Well, he's right too, man. He is right. He is right about that. Holy moly. Randy Hall's in the Reiki space. Man, Randy, that is awesome, dude. You're talking about Reiki, like where people like lay their hands on you and kind of heal you just with touch, right? Kind of like lay their hands on you, heal you with touch. That's awesome, dude. That's a really cool niche. Philip Holmes says, working with Amazon at the moment and moving into info product ASCP. I think you're smart, Philip. I think you're smart for doing that. Yeah, Kevin says the running. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Kevin. You're right, man. I got to stop writing about it and start getting on it. Man, I bet I couldn't even run a mile right now. Shoot. It's horrible. Randy Hall says, yes, energy healing. Randy, have you seen a lot of effects with that, man? Have you seen a lot of positive things happen with that? I think that's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's all right. We're gonna start another group, you guys. It's gonna be the first one to lose 50 pounds. It's going to be the first one to lose 50 pounds group. Randy says he has seen a lot of positive results with the Reiki, right? That's awesome, man. I know my days are much crappier when I don't do it for myself. Let me ask you guys this. This is kind of a weird question. Has anybody experienced anxiety? Has anybody experienced more anxiety since they've been working a lot on the internet? Since they've been doing a lot of stuff on the internet? Has anybody experienced more like anxiety at night when they're trying to sleep and stuff like that? Randy says 50 pounds isn't even half of what I need to lose. I'm in for the 50-pound challenge, man. Kevin says he's in for the 50-pound challenge. That's great, man. That's great. Randy says once he got an internet marketing MMO niche, all that anxiety went away. Nice. Not anxiety, but mind won't shut up. Kevin says the mind won't stop. Philip says, hey Cam, what are the 3 top things would you not do if you started over again? It's interesting you say that, Philip. The 3 top things I would not do if I started over again. I wouldn't mess with Amazon. I wouldn't mess with Amazon. I wouldn't mess with Amazon. I wouldn't mess with Kindle publishing. I'd go right for the throat, my friend. I'd go right for the throat. I'd go right for starting to build my audience, man. I'd go right to YouTube. I'd go right to my blog. I'd go right to social media, and I'd start building that audience, putting people on that email list, and get my membership program going as fast as possible. That's what I would do, man. So the top 3 things I would not do: I wouldn't mess with Amazon. I wouldn't mess with Kindle. Let me think what else I wasted time with. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. I wouldn't mess with late night pizza. I know that. I wouldn't mess with late night pizza. I'd be done with that, man. That's a 3rd one right there. Yeah, no more eBay. Yep, I feel you on that, Gary. I've been I've been on that eBay, man. eBay is worse than Amazon, man. eBay is a time sucker, man. Doing all those freaking listings, taking all those pictures. The worst thing about Amazon, man, you'll just build tons and tons of product, man. You'll have to get like a storage unit and store everything, or either that or your garage starts turning into some kind of hoarders convention or something. Pretty soon you're having crap everywhere. Board games, weird shirts, shoes. eBay's nuts, man. And you'll be out to the post office every single day of the week except Sundays. You'll be going to the post office all the damn time. You'll be back, man. You might be working for yourself, but you're working. You are working. You are still a worker doing that eBay stuff. So yeah, I'd get out of that eBay business. That's for sure. That's a lot of work right there. And it's not scalable. You can only do so much, man. You can only source so much product in a day. Yeah, FBA. And look, I'm not hating. I'm not hating on anybody who does physical product, you guys. I still got some. Martin says he still does some FBA. I'm not hating on anybody for doing physical product. I did physical product for years. Excuse me. I did physical product for years, man. I still got inventory in Amazon. Matter of fact, I want to get that stuff salvaged this year. Yeah, I still got inventory in Amazon. So I feel you, Martin. Look, I just think FBA is more scalable than like eBay. It's more scalable than self-fulfilled merchant on Amazon. But at the same time, Martin, and I don't have to tell you this, I'm sure you already know. I mean, everybody's done went to Alibaba. Everybody's went to Alibaba. That's where everyone is getting their product now. I mean, that's what everybody's importing now. Everybody's too lazy to wholesale from America, and it's too expensive. So they all go to China and get their stuff from suppliers from Alibaba, and it's all the same. You're starting to see the same stuff pop up over and over on Amazon. I mean, I think it's going to devalue product, and I don't know, man. You know, Amazon can change their rules at any time. Yeah, absolutely. Gary Pettit says, in the early 90s, I did well on eBay selling pocket PC software. That was before smartphones came out. Nice, nice. Yeah, and you know what? And I think Gary makes a good point, you guys. Gary makes a good point. In the early 90s, he did well on eBay selling pocket PC software. And I think that's the important thing to remember, you guys. Times change. And as the times change, we need to change with the times. I remember like last October, I told everybody, hey man, you guys need to get in on this adult coloring book thing. If you get this adult coloring book thing going, find yourself a supplier on Alibaba, get a bunch of them ordered, put them up on Amazon. This was like last year or the year before in October. Whenever that adult coloring book craze hit, I said, man, you'll be good to go. It was just before things started heating up for that fourth quarter right there, because you guys know how when you sell on Amazon, you get the fourth quarter right there around Christmas time where things go crazy. Let me tell you something. October came around and things started going crazy with those adult coloring books, and I saw it coming, man. I saw it coming. I told everybody. But you know what? By January, February, that stuff was over, man. It was over. Now you can find adult coloring books everywhere. They're like in the stores. They're everywhere. The market's saturated with them. I saw them at the Dollar Tree the other day. But the whole thing's over, man. Some people got in, made their money, and then they got out. That's kind of an extreme example. But the point is, I mean, things change. I mean, they just keep changing all the time. Some things don't change, though, you guys. Let's talk about some things that don't change. You know, what Gary did in the early 90s is awesome. eBay is a different thing now. It's a different animal now. He can't do the same thing selling Pocket PC software anymore because smartphones came out. But here's some things that don't change. Some of the stuff you guys are learning is not going to change because at the heart of Affiliate Command is audience building, right? You guys are going to learn how to build audience, right? And audience building is the key. Your email list is the core, and the audience building is the key, okay? So that's never going to change. I mean, you can go back through the history of time, go back through the history of the internet. You tell me who's successful. The people you followed throughout time, who's successful? The people who had a following, the people who had the ear of a big group of people, right? The bottom line is the more people who give a crap what you have to say, the more stuff you're going to sell. That's it, right? The bigger your audience, the more successful you're going to be on the internet. All right, so that's what this whole thing is all about. You don't need to drive tons of people back to your blog to make this stuff happen, but you do need to be seen as, you know, someone who can help people. You don't need to be like, you don't need to have arrived, you guys. You don't need to be me. You don't need to be like someone bigger than me, like Frank Kern, John Reese, Ryan Dice. You don't need to be that big. All you guys need to do is just be a couple steps ahead, man. The truth is, you know, if you know how to do something, like build one of these glass slipper offers I'm talking about, and these newbies over here don't know how to do it, man, you can help them. You can help them. That's just the bottom line. You can help them. 95% of everybody who tries, they don't make any money on the internet. So as soon as we get you guys to make money on the internet, you just hit the top 5%. You just hit the top 5%. Just like that, just by making your first dime. And it's not that hard if you know what you're doing, right? And you understand what the blog is and what the blog's not. And you understand what you really need to focus on, right? The email list is the core, the audience is the key. So that's what that's all about. I'll tell you guys something. You guys aren't that far away from being able to coach people. I'm telling you right now, you're not that far away, you know? Kevin says, great perspective. I'm telling you, every one of you guys are not that far away from being able to coach somebody, okay? You're not. Get through your 11 weeks here. Get through Affiliate Command, all right? Get your stuff set up. When you get done with this stuff, you're going to have a little blog going. You're going to have a little membership program going. You're going to have a little presence on Facebook. You're going to have a little presence on YouTube. And you're going to have things rolling. You're going to understand how things work. You're going to have an email list going. You're going to be so far ahead of everybody else out there who don't know what the hell's going on and they don't know where to start. You guys are all probably about 12 months away from coaching. I'm telling you right now, you're about 12 months away from coaching. About 1 year. In 1 year, you guys could be coaching for $1,000. I'd start at $497. The first time you send an email out to your list, asking them if they're interested in coaching, you're offering 5 spots, $497 a piece, right? You're going to take on 5 people. That's it, right? You guys are about 12 months away from that. So I would say focus on the stuff we talk about here. Study Affiliate Command 2017. Really get into it. Do your best. And it doesn't matter if you finish in 11 weeks or if it takes you, 11 months. It doesn't matter. KMF, you guys. Keep moving forward no matter what. Understand where you're at, what you need to do to finish this up, and to move on to the next thing, right? What do you got to do to move on, right? That's what it's all about. But anyways, I don't know how long we've been on, but it feels like a while. It feels like a while. Do you guys have any other questions for me? I'm gonna wrap this up here in a few minutes, but I want to make sure I've answered everybody's questions who have questions. 90 minutes. Randy Hall says 90 minutes. Thanks, Randy. Gary said it's a great program, Cam. He appreciates putting it together. Hey, absolutely, Gary. You guys know this affiliate command thing? It started in 2015, and my business had changed a lot by 2017. You guys, when I did the first affiliate command, let me tell you something. I thought the blog was the core of my business. I thought it all goes back to the blog. All roads lead back to the blog. By 2017, I figured out the blog wasn't the core of my business. It just wasn't. That's not how it was, right? So then I felt this crazy need to like redo the whole affiliate command course, right? I needed to redo it, you know. I knew the blog was still like the face, but it wasn't the core, you know. You guys can exist without the blog, right? But the blog does serve a purpose. Anyways, I think that's about it. Thanks, Philip. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Gary, Randy, Martin, everybody who's here. Martin, I'm not trying to hate on Amazon FBA, man. You do what you got to do to make it. I did Amazon FBA for a while, man. But definitely make your move. Make your move, man. Make your move to digital products, man, because there's not nearly as much overhead. There's a lot more room to scale up. There's a lot more room to scale up, and that's the future, because people are getting more and more comfortable with learning on the internet. They're getting more and more comfortable with learning on the internet, and you know, you can just create these products out of thin air. I mean, you just create them out of thin air. You do some research, and you create a product, and boom. Test the proof of concept. Make sure it works. Make sure it makes sense. Here's something I want to share with you guys. I was thinking about this the other day. Let's say I put out a product this year. Let's say I put out this product this year, you guys. How to put 1,000 people on an email list in 30 days, right? That's the product. I put it out this year, right? And then let's say next year rolls around. Well, why can't I put out another product that teaches the same thing? Why can't I do it? Because if it's 2018, do you want the product from 2017 to teach people how to put 1,000 people on your email list? Or do you want the new one from 2018? Which one are you guys going to go for? Right? You guys are going to go for the one from 2018. So look, as you go through Affiliate Command and you learn how to product launch and you learn how to do all this stuff, remember something. Every single asset that you create, every single product you create, it deserves a new version of itself every year probably. Legitimately, you could make a new version of it every single year. Now look, is it ethical? It's only ethical if you go through there and you revise some things for the new year, right? Go through there, revise some things for the new year. What if you go through there and like everything still applies? Everything's good to go. Well, then I would go through there and I would at least make the copyright date. Like let's say you wrote a book in 2017 on email marketing. Now all of a sudden next year rolls around and it's 2018. What I would do is I would go through that book, make sure everything's still relevant, everything still applies, then change your copyright from saying 2017 to saying copyright 2017, 2018, right? Add another year to it because you've done your due diligence and you have went through there and make sure everything's fresh. But come on, man, who can't add some new content for the new year? If you can't think of anything new to that product, why can't you go out and find someone else who is also doing the same stuff you're doing and get an interview, right? And then the interview, get that interview transcribed, add that to your product, add that to your special report. Now all of a sudden, boom, all you had to do is a 15-minute interview, and now you've got a new updated version for 2018. Every one of your products has a new potential to be relaunched in the new year. I was just thinking about that the other day, but it made so much sense to me. So anyways, think about that, you guys. When you're launching these products, just keep in mind, man, every year you can redo it and revise that product. It has life. It's kind of like movie sequels, you know? Once you create the universe with the first movie, I was watching this thing about movie animation, you know? With movie animation, it's like these movies like Cars and these Disney movies and stuff. like they spend all this time creating the world with the first movie, you know, and then with the sequels, they don't have to do as much. The sequels are easier because all the characters are already created, the world's already been created, and it's much easier for them to make these sequels. But the sequels still make a lot of money because everybody who went to the first movie, they want to see the sequels too because they like the characters. Well, it's the same way with you guys. You know, when you're launching these products, you know, you can do a sequel and you don't have to necessarily say all this new stuff. You know, you've already created the world. Now you can just kind of add to the world. So anyway, it's something to think about. So anyways, that's it, guys. That's it for me. I hope everybody's doing amazing. If I didn't answer your question and you had a question for me, hit me up at camjenningspro@gmail.com. I'm checking that email every single day, and I'll answer your question by email. Good luck, everybody, and I will see you guys next Friday. Peace, everybody.